Hi, my name is Aaron Sue, and this is my 3-minute video on how to do a for loop. So say we're given the program that we need to print the first 10 multiples of 2. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to say system.out.println, the first 10 multiples of 2 are, and then we're going to proceed with printing out the multiples of 2. So we want to say system.out.println 2, system.out.println 4, system.out.println all the way to 20. While this does solve the problem of printing the first 10 multiples of 2, it's really redundant, right? We have a println for every multiple of 2. And also, what if we want to print the first 100 multiples of 2? Well then, we're going to add 90 lines of code down here that are going to say system.out.println and then keep going with the multiples of 2. So we're going to have a really long program to solve a pretty simple problem. Well, there's a better way to do this in Java that's more efficient and less redundant, and that's using a for loop. So a for loop is going to do something for a certain number of times. So we're wanting to print out the first 10 multiples of 2, so we're going to want our for loop to go for 10 times, hence the name. So let's actually go through the structure of a for loop, and we're going to start with the structure and then implement it into our program to make it more efficient. So to start, we're going to want to say for. We're going to want to open a parenthesis, close a parenthesis. We're going to come back and fill this in a second. And we want to open a curly brace and close the curly brace. So in between the curly braces, we're going to want to do something. In this case, we're printing the multiples of 2, but we'll come back to that as well. So we're just going to say we're going to do something. All right, so let's actually go through what goes in the parentheses of a for loop. So the first thing we need is a counter. We want to keep track of how many times we're doing something. So we want to see if we've done once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Well, that sounds like we're going to need to keep track of whole numbers, and that's going to involve an integer. So we're going to want to have a variable for our count, and it's going to be of type int, and I'm calling it I. I call it I because that's a pretty standard Java convention for a for loop, so I'm just going to stick with that. Next, you're going to want to do a semicolon, and then we're going to move on to what we call a test. So test keeps track of how many times we've done something and make sure it's less than the number of times we want to actually do it. So we want to do something for 10 times, right? So we need to make sure that the number of times we've done it so far is always less than 10. Always less than 10. So we're going to want to say less than or equal to 10, right? We're keeping track because we would still want to do it that 10th time. And what do we want less than or equal to 10? Well, we want the number of times we've done it so far. We want our count. We want I to be less than or equal to 10. Then we're going to need another semicolon,